Mama's working hard not to miss a payment. And dirty money get washed on royalty statements. Black owners in this game are powerful racists. Young, then the set just doing it makeshift. Out the garage, it's how you end up in charge. It's how you end up in penthouses, end up in cars. It's how you start off a end up a boss. It's how you win the whole thing and live with sweat dripping down your face. Cause the mission was last time that I checked. It was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep last time that I checked. I was selling in the set, make $250,000, no sweat last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice out west, legendary self-made progress last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next last time that I checked.
I got the front and in the back. We on the way and that's a fact. This real, this ain't rap. Where everybody wanna act pro-black. The last lie you heard, this ain't that, this that. I didn't made it out the gutter. Nip told you the middleman. I told you wearing they clothes, I wear my own. Y'all get on y'all label, I own my own. Hey, Mill, I remember all that game.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston. Tonight, the Boston Celtics play host to the Golden State Warriors. And away we go. To Irving. Fires the three, and Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough three-pointer.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Green to Curry. Lobs it up, flushes down the slam.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Irving. Tatum. Tough shot. He hits.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Klay Thompson with the basketball. To Durant. To Curry. Beyond the arc for three. That's good D. Shot no good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Celtics come away with it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Horford shakes free and hits.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Curry into the front court. They trail by 7. Curry to Cousins. Not that time, and not his shot.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
To Jaylen Brown. To Rozier. For three, Terry Rozier. Not necessarily a shot, knocks down the three. Steve Kerr gonna call a timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits already in this first quarter. Shifting gears, here come some substitutions.
I got ball.
Knock loose. Celtics have it. Irving with the basketball. Lead stands at 10. Rozier hits the trifecta.
Scary Terry was born during the playoffs last year. He helped Boston achieve what many critics, including myself, thought was impossible without superstar teammates being healthy. He's a pit bull defensively, so quick laterally with a strong upper body frame and a great center of gravity. He plays with a ton of grit and determination, and that's just what you need in a depth guard who can answer the bell when called on.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Rozier. Oh, he had him there for a second. Baseline, fakes, drives to the rim, and scores.
Jason Tatum finished third amongst all rookies in Rookie of the Year voting. But I say to you this, I agree with what Jaylen Brown had to say. If it was a one-on-one battle, who you taking, Jason Tatum or Donovan Mitchell? Jason Tatum or Ben Simmons? I take JT every time.
Screen coming. Durant to Cousins. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Good shot, boy.
Durant across the timeline. Down a bundle. Durant to Sean Livingston.
Screen.
To Durant. In the slam.
It's going to be a long road back, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's only the first quarter, and that's exactly what you needed. You needed to see the ball go in a couple of times.
Here we go. I got him.
Celtics have it.
I got him. Let's go. You.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Ed, see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Steve Kerr gonna call a timeout. His guys have flat out sleepwalked. It's been a brutal first quarter.
These moments as a player are extremely exciting. Let me tell you why. For the team that's losing, this is a true defining character moment for them. So many teams can just fall over, roll over, quit, think about the next game. But the true competitive teams, the ones that really actually want to continue to claw and fight, they're going to find a way to get back in this ball game. They may not get back into it scoring a lot of points right away, but they're going to keep chipping away at this monster.
Shot won't go. To Horford. To Irving. Boston with 4 to shoot. Inside, he scores.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
I got ball.
A shot at the buzzer. It's good. At the buzzer. He got it out well before the red light came on. And that extends the lead at the end of the first quarter. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's Curry controlling the offense. To Green. To Curry. Here's a chance from long range. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Gets it in the left corner. Irving. To Hayward. Down to 5 on the 24.
Switch.
Stuffs it down with authority. He dared them to get in the way.
So many players try to get pretty with the game. They want to dance. They want to do all these tricks, maybe a God Shamdad. But sometimes you got to revert back to the old school style of the way we play the game. Just put your head down and stop me if you can.
Curry. To Green. Down low Bell. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
And he misses that one free throw. Into the front court, it's Irving. His guys hold a commanding lead. And scores. If he keeps playing like this, we all may believe that the earth is indeed flat.
And that's what you love about Kyrie. He's constantly probing. He's probing on the court by maintaining his dribble, and then also probing off the court. We're saying lines like the earth is flat. The fact that that was on the cover of every magazine, the headline of every social media title, goes to show you that Kyrie is great at hijacking your amygdala, both on and off the court.
Warriors have the basketball. Curry, knocked loose. Celtics have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Pass to the rim. Flushes down the slam. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Curry to bring it up. His guys down big. Curry to Cousins. Knocked loose.
Don't worry about next play, next play.
Irving throws it up. Tosses. On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. Curry with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Good luck making excuses. Klay Thompson wide open. He's not going to miss that one.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Rozier had made his first couple, but he misses there. Durant with the basketball up top. Looking to make something happen. Going to launch beyond the arc. To Rozier. From long range. That one also no good.
Everybody pick up, D up.
Blue, left.
Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
Irving to Rozier. Goes to the left side. Irving to Rozier. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Count the triple.
And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Blocked by Tatum. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Curry.
Hey, switch. I got
Durant. It's good. Defense has to pick things up. What more does this guy have to prove?
He has everything to prove because he's not trying to prove it to you behind the screen, watching this game, playing this game. He's trying to prove it to himself, Kevin Durant, every day that he is the greatest to ever put on an NBA uniform.
To Irving. Deep left corner. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Horford. Nice pass to get things going.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Off the mark at the line. Kyrie with the rock. To Jaylen Brown. Over to the right side. Tatum. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Irving into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Irving, add 2 points to the board.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Curry, he was all over him.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
That's me, I got it.
Durant, short jumper off the mark.
For an offensive player at his magnitude, that's as easy as a layup if you're not crowding him defensively.
Defense all over Rozier, can't connect. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando as we go from Jay to Jalen. It's Jalen Rose with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Celtics were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The Warriors have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get. Thanks for joining us for the half.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Knock loose.
My ball. Run.
Celtics have it.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Bad pass there. Warriors have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Just not going down. Kyrie across the timeline. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. The drive, right to the basket. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good. Kyrie Irving won a championship with Cleveland. He won a championship for Cleveland in that Game 7 at Golden State. How is he influenced as a player by that title?
Well, I thought he learned how to win at a really huge stage. But Kyrie's always been a leader of his own movement. At times, his voice may have been suppressed because of LeBron James, but there's no doubt about it. When you look at the young players on this roster, when they all rock Kyrie's, you know who the leader of the team is.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
And he missed the free throw. Knock loose. Celtics come away with it.
Get it back, man. Get it back. Get it back.
Cutter. Coming through.
Irving. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
I got him.
Green to Thompson. 4-3 and splash. Klay Thompson, quick catch and shoot there for three.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Here comes the screen.
Left.
Irving to Horford.
It's going up.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's Golden State basketball. Durant, knocked loose. Celtics have it. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Ed, you're allowed 2 steps after you pick the basketball up. It doesn't matter which feet you step with, but 2 counts.
Here's Curry with it up top. Down a bundle. Knocked loose. Looking to push. Durant. Curry. Horford with the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Has a chance. Oh, hits it with a defender in his space.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Green to Thompson. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Thompson doesn't get the bounce. To Rozier. Fires the 3. And it's rebounded by Green. To Thompson.
Go.
Everybody get back. Get the shooters. Watch the shooters. Get
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Curry to Green. Celtics come away with it. Horford to Jaylen Brown. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Thompson. Celtics have it.
Don't turn the ball over, man. Come on, man. I got ball. Get back.
Watch Cutter.
To Irving.
Come on, you got to work around the screen. You're killing me.
Inside, he scores.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Lock up.
Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
I got him.
I got ball.
Warriors come away with it.
Grab.
Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Here's Irving into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. And Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough three-pointer.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Irving. Oh, knocks it down from 3. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The Celtics way out in front. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Goes to the right side. Oh, he had him there for a second. To Irving. Gets it in the left corner. There's the toss. Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively. You try to deny the next pass. and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Misses the first. Oh, he missed them both. Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Surveys the floor.
Watching it happen in person.
My ball. Hey, match up. He flashing.
Irving.
Bump him.
On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Jaylen Brown. Hayward. To Horford.
I got you.
Irving. To Jaylen Brown. Hayward. To Irving. That's a 24-second violation. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams.
Self-check.
Durant. Not that time. To Irving. Boston with 4 to shoot. To Rozier. Nice pass to set things up.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Durant to Green. Whoa! What a finish!
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Rozier. And he buries it.
Ugh, did you see the way the ball came off his hands? Not the best form in the world, but it is where it is. Count it. Maybe just don't count on it all the time.
Rozier. And Livingston able to secure the rebound. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Rozier, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Steve Kerr will change it up. Possession lies with Golden State. Knocked loose. Celtics have it.
Hey, come on, baby. You can't turn that ball over like that.
I got yours.
Rozier. But the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Curry into the front court. His guys down big. He's looking for that touch. Rozier into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Takes advantage inside after the miss from the perimeter.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Curry can't connect. Celtics come away with it.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
Rozier with it. His guys holding the big lead. Rozier. He's not. And a putback slam. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Irving goes to the left side.
Here we go.
Rozier. That's the shooter's mentality. Stays with it after the miss.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just the shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body, which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
Warriors have the basketball. Curry. Al Horford snares the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
And the bucket's good for DeMarcus.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Rozier. It's no good. If he takes those shots, he'll be back on the bench in no time. Rozier. That right there, Jay, his 8th three of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State. They're down big in this fourth quarter and a chance here to empty their bench.
Some down.
Durant. He's got it for 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Play some D.
Rozier. The hot night continues. He's hit 9 threes here tonight.
Uh-oh, someone's getting towards that single-game record territory. He's having that kind of night.
That misses with 3 seconds left. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Celtics were simply amazing in this contest. The competitive edge, obviously, came from the way they shot the 3-ball.
Player of the game.
Kyrie Irving gets rewarded for the way he provided his teammates with plenty of easy baskets. His assist total is certainly indicative of his clever playmaking.
Who was...
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
All right, here we go.
Stop the ball.
Curry. And that's the start they wanted here on the road.
Execution is everything. I love the sharpness and precision they came out with in that first possession.
Celtics have it. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Durant across the timeline. Leads just a point. Oh, had him going there for a second. Curry to Thompson. Lets it fly from long range and splash. Klay Thompson, quick catch and shoot there for 3.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Irving Knocks it down from mid-range.
That's what you like. That rip through right into the shot. That's smooth.
Have to respect all elements of his game. Golden State at the controls. Curry. Man, that was a tough shot. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and the effort.
Get back.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Irving with the basketball. Down 5. Irving to Jaylen Brown. To Irving. Turned away by Cousins. That one's going to be out of bounds. Irving, his first effort, off the mark.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
I'm here. I got ball. Watch Cutter.
Work it down to Brown. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Warriors basketball to Cousins. To Curry. Durant over to the right side. To Durant. Curry. Thompson. Not easy.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Into the front court, it's Irving. 12-6, our score. Curry into the front court. Up 6. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. New blood coming in for both sides. Thompson to the rim.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Off the mark on his free throw. To Irving.
Here we go.
Get down. Half court. Here come. Watch that screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Hayward.
Stop coming.
Oh, good offense beating good defense.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
To Curry.
Wait on it. Go.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Thompson. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit it.
Ball's controlled by Boston.
That's me.
Inside, he scores.
This game is so mental. Trust me, some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
On your right, on your right.
Curry lobs it up. Bell. To Curry. Fires the three. Had made his first three, but that shot off the mark.
I got him. I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Rejected by Green. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Oh, nice find for the basket.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
It's Steph at the controls. To Thompson. Trying to cash in. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Oh, you got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
First free throw is good.
Good shot, baby.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Has a look. Smart shot, no good. 1 quarter down. The Warriors with the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Boston with the basketball. To Marcus Morris. Takes stock of the floor. Hayward. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter. Jay, would you classify him among the elites in the game, especially among wings?
It depends on what category of elite you put him in. As of right now, he will be my second-tier elite. Because when I think first-tier elite, I think Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, James Harden. I think Gordon Hayward has a chance to be there. He was on his way there before he got hurt, but time will tell.
Green. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
If he's hitting shots, it could be a long night.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Curry to Green. Scores from the post.
And when he gets going, he is automatic from that position on the floor.
And they'll take that any day of the week. Celtics have it. Knocked loose. Pass to the rim. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. 9-point margin. Warriors come up with it. Iguodala to bring it up. It's a 9-point lead. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Rozier into the front court, trailing by 11. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
No fading on that shot, strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Curry with the ball.
Hold on.
To Thompson. Shot clock winding down. Green to Thompson. Beyond the arc for three. Few do it as well. Klay Thompson, hand in his face, strokes the three.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Hayward cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code. You look at Gordon Hayward, who does he remind you of in the NBA?
Paul George, more so on the offensive end. He has the height and the sides to shoot over smaller guards. Plus, I love the fact that he utilizes his body. How about in his 7 years with the Utah Jazz, he made $53 million. You're seeing his game really blossom, which is the reason why Danny Ainge signed him to that 4-year, $128 million deal.
Rozier with it. Down a dozen.
Right.
Hayward. Great feed. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
To Durant. McCall to Curry. Has a chance. Curry shot no good. To Horford.
Help, get back.
And a throwdown.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Durant, textbook defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It's Steph Curry with the rock. Probing the defense. Throws it up. A pass taken away by the Celtics. Backcourt.
Quit turning the ball over for me, please.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Durant to McCaw. Green. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Irving into the front court. Down 6. Irving, no good with the shot there. To Green. Curry. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Warriors have the basketball.
Double.
Green. It's no good. Defender did just enough to force the tough shot. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. That's it for the first half. The Warriors with the lead.
The Warriors, entered halftime with a solid lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. The Celtics are in need of some changes at the half. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are
Game track. 3-point shooting.
the Boston Celtics really need to focus on their perimeter defense. They're allowing too many shots from
Player of the half.
Klay Thompson is providing all of the evidence needed to show that rebounding starts with positioning. You don't need to be the strongest man on the court to have a chance at a rebound. Of course, it doesn't hurt if you're the strong.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors. All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Irving brings the ball up court. To Horford. Stuffs it down with authority.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Kyrie across the timeline. His guys trail now by 4.
Rebound.
Here's a steal. Dangerous pass. To Irving. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Green. Off the mark. Cousins to Green. Trying to cash in. That won't go. And it doesn't take a brain surgeon to know that was not a good shot.
And, Ed, that's what you see this defense doing. They're capitalizing on the momentum gain from getting a multitude of stops defensively.
Curling inside. From the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
And Draymond Green throws it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Cousins up to block the shot.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Here's Irving into the front court. The deficit is 6. Irving. Kyrie with a shot, no good. To Thompson. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Rozier. Yes, for every tough shot you make, buy one, get one free.
I tell you, he's so special, Ed. He makes the game look easy.
A lot of hard work to make it look easy. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down 4. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And, Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Brown with it up top. His group now down 2. Stuffs it down with authority. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Celtics. Green. Off the mark. Not a high percentage shot.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Durant, count it. Three-pointer is good.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Celtics have it. Turned away by Cousins.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Hayward. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch. By the Warriors. Substitution being made in this one. Hayward. Jumper's good. He went down 5 minutes into his Celtics career. So how much of an evaluation period should Gordon Hayward get coming off a tough injury?
Well, with a potential franchise player, you always rather be safe than be sorry. And he needs to pay attention to his body more so than anybody. From a player who personally had a dislocation of the ankle, which is a bone bruise when I was trying to come back and play, that could take a couple of years to heal fully. So Gordon Hayward's ability to make sure that he feels that he trusts his body is the most important thing.
Knock loose. Green tosses. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Ball's controlled by Boston. Hayward to Horford. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. Can't connect. Shot was forced.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
To Marcus Smart. stuffs it down with authority. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Screen on your left.
Curry
Screen on your left.
to Durant. And a pass stolen by Boston. Hayward had made his first couple, but he misses there. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Now a three at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Warriors with the lead. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. It's Golden State basketball to Durant. To Sean Livingston. Gets it in the right corner. Oh, he had him there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. To Sean Livingston. Brown into the front court. His guys fakes, drives to the rim, and scores.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Down low, Thompson. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
First one, count it.
Good shot. Good shot.
And he makes them both.
Good shot, boy.
Rozier into the front court. Down two to Rozier. Rozier rocking the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
I got ball.
Here comes the screen.
Watch pick on your right.
Livingston, there's the toss. And he stepped out of bounds, turns the ball over. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Green. To Curry. For three. Off the mark. No good. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
2 for 2 on that trip.
Oh, yeah, get your money, man.
Durant to Curry. Cousins to Thompson. Curry. Irving with the basketball.
Me and you.
Lead is 2.
I got him. Come here.
Kyrie Irving for 2. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Curry creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
Shot from the lane won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Goes to the left side. They work it down to Cousins. Off the mark. Surprised he took that one.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Irving, that's off the side of the rim, short.
In the first half, you were hot. I get that. Now, since you're not, it's time to start squaring those shoulders and getting those feet in the right position to actually align yourself to make the shot.
Boston with the basketball. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw.
Hey, that's my man right there.
So he hits the first, misses the second. To Thompson. Has a look. Off the mark. Well contested.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
It's good. And one.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Unable to connect on the free throw. Curry to bring it up. His guy's down three. Misfires. It's no good. Celtics have it. To Irving. Inside, he scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Curry. Oh, could have. Sealed it, but it's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Green, and drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Durant with the basketball up top. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract, because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Rozier with it. All tied up, just underway in this fourth quarter. Rejected by Green. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. A bad pass there. Warriors have it.
Neck and neck. They couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in.
Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Kyrie with the rock.
I got him.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Here's a chance from long range. Wild shot there. Predictably misses. Timeout Boston. But this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Hayward. Irving. They have to keep him in their grasp.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
To Thompson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, they could have really used that one, but the shot's no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Wraps him up. That's intentional. And the ref calls it.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
Hands up. We got him.
Irving. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Missed it at the line.
My ball. Got you.
Curry. Here's the whistle. Intentional foul.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
First try at the line, no good. He missed it. Pair of free throws. Straight on 3, at the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one by 3. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com as we